there owe me a million swishes.
Hello, I'm back with another episode of Almost Grown, and today we're starting in Kris Roman's house, and he is out in Komorebi on a run with his dog Kris. So we know that Kris Roman is an X-game athlete. His main event is skateboarding. He also has done some surfing, but now he's breaking out in the snowboarding world. So he is in Mount Komorebi for the week in order to get more experience on the mountain. All right, so Kris has made it back home, or back to his B&B. And while he was out running, it was noted by the community that Kris Roman is in town. And so, of course, he had to be greeted by the mayor of Mount Komorebi, who has made his way over to Kris's house in order to, welcome him to Mount Komorebi and let him know they're excited to have this famous athlete come try out their mountain. So they begin to exchange travel stories. Kris is telling him about his time in the hot springs of San Salvador, but he was told nothing compared to the hot springs here in Mount Komorebi, and he's pretty much been around the world, but he's never been on a mountain as large and as tall as Mount Komorebi, so he's excited to hit the slopes. And the mayor's like, sure. He thinks Kris is nuts. He's like, do you have a wife or a girlfriend or a significant other? Because, most of the people around here who get on these slopes are, from here. And, they've grown up going on the slopes. It's pretty dangerous. Is there anyone you would want us to call if something happens? And, of course, I wanted to make absolutely sure in person that you signed your airtight waivers. So the next day, Kris makes his way over to his friend's house, Byong Chung, who Kris met the last time he was on Mount Komorebi. And so he's visiting him again, so Byong can take him or show him around the town and take him up to the slopes again today. So Byong says, I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. Mount Komorebi is the perfect place to relax or get your blood pumping. First, you'll want to visit Wakaba Young Leaves at the base of the mountain. Try the vendor stalls, pick up information on the mountain, and maybe you'll catch the Festival of Youth. You can't leave before meeting our town mascot. Halfway up is historical Samba Machi, our town of 1,000 leaves. I'd recommend a hike through the bamboo forest or fishing. When the Festival of Light is being held, you'll find it there. At the peak of Yukimatsu, named for the snow-covered pines in the area, that's where you can hit the slopes or go rock climbing. Then visit the bathhouse to relax. It's also home of the world-famous snow festival. So Kris is just telling Byong about all of his other travels, about all of the crazy things he's done, like jumping from a 50-foot waterfall and deep sea scuba diving. And Byong is just looking more and more queasy. And Kris is like, I've been looking forward to this, bro. Can't wait to go on the treacherous slope today. And Byong's like, oh, yay, can't wait. All right, so the forecast says that there's supposed to be a snowstorm coming in, but Kris decides that he's going up to the treacherous slope anyway. He's apparently the only one crazy enough to do so because it's abandoned and even Bayong has disappeared. Really well on that last run, but it's getting a little bit late now and the snow is getting heavier, and apparently Bayong abandoned him, so he decides he's gonna sit in the snow ski lodge for right now until he can make it down the mountain. Well, apparently he's not going to be able to make it down the mountain tonight. It's still snowing heavy outside, but inside the lodge is nice and warm, and they have big comfy fires, and there are lots of people doing activities, and the rooms are beautiful. So if he had to end up anywhere, definitely this lodge would be the place to get stuck. However, after all that alcohol, Kris is starting to feel emotional, and he starts thinking about the fact that the mayor asked him if he had a significant other. I mean, this place is very romantic, and the next day is Valentine's Day, and, you know, it would have been nice if he could have shared this with someone. He attempts to distract himself, but the internet's not working, the phones aren't working. He's starting to get really bored and lonely. So the next day, the internet starts working again, and he knows it's Valentine's Day. So he decides, maybe I'll send Aubry a Valentine. He'd been thinking about her all night, and if he was going to spend the night in that lodge with anyone, he thought maybe it might be her. So he sends the Valentines. And of course it says that she received the Valentine and she sent one back, but of course we know that he sent it anonymously, so she doesn't know that it's him. And he's not even sure if she got it or not, because the internet's kind of iffy at this point. So he decides he's going to order a dozen roses to send that to. So hopefully she'll get one or the other. And with the Valentines, he also sends an invitation to his mother's party, which he decided he's gonna attempt to go because, you know, he's been neglecting his friends, he's been neglecting his family, and just spending the night alone made him think maybe he wants to spend a little bit more time on those connections. So a week later, Aubry is in her apartment attempting to pack up and leave. Because without her father's help, and now that Simone's moved out, she can no longer afford this apartment, and all of the bills are starting to pile up and catch up to her. And they're about to repossess her stuff. They're about to throw her out on the street. So she's trying to get out of there quickly before all of this happens. All she has left is enough money for first month's rent in the place that she's planning to go live, and also enough money to buy this dress that she plans to wear to the Starlight charity event. So Amber says, "You are now overdue on your rent. Your unit rating has gone down. The property owner may come by to repossess your objects as payment." I mean, her dad sent Amber to tell her this? Really? All right, so Aubry's up early this morning. She's not been able to sleep ever since she's made the decision to move out of the apartment and to end the relationship with her father. She knows that they're going to attempt to try to, well, at least Amber claims they're going to attempt to try to come over and get whatever they can get. So she's left all the furniture and everything in there. So hopefully that will be enough. But if it's not, she basically doesn't care because she's not giving them a forwarding address. All right, so now that she's pretty much packed, she now needs to get something to eat. So she's gonna get herself a shake and an acai bowl.
Gunganeansa. Paparani Squamish. Dasi wa Barleen. Ah, dag dag. Varug.
Fadish.
So now she's making her way over to Simone's new house. So Simone had promised that they would go dress shopping, but it seems like Simone may not be feeling too well. And so she set up an appointment for Aubry at a dress shop that the Lancasters had recommended, and Aubry has decided to come over and see her before she goes to the dress shop. And she also needed to bring Justine's stuff back over her pack and play and her play mat, because they're attempting to move into this house. So they have it's gonna take me forever to decorate this house, because the house has got, like, it's basically has the same layout as Noelle Stapleton's house, but the in-law suite over the garage is larger. Plus they also have a pool house, so So Simone is saying, I'm feeling tense because of this. I hate fitness. Simone can't stand this. Even though she's in the pool. I mean, I guess she's relaxing in the pool. Well, Simone actually has a virus, so I'm not sure why she's in the pool. She probably should be, like, resting in the house, not in the pool. But that's why she can't go with Aubry to the dress shop, because she has some sort of virus and it's caused this rash all over her body. Hopefully Aubry does not contract this. So Simone is just telling Aubry that she has completely dropped out of school now, and she is now a full-time housewife. The second coming of Nadine Lancaster, basically. And in order for them to afford this house, Justin has to work at his dad's office. So, I mean, they've really been roped into this whole Lancaster lifestyle at this point. All right, so they have a few things set up, but for the most part, they just have a bunch of boxes, and they don't even have that many boxes. So a lot of this stuff they're going to have to buy in order to fill these rooms. And so Simone has made that her project. Maybe we'll get Haley to help out with some of the rooms as well, since Haley is now just a part-time decorator. All right, so Aubry's gonna give Justine back her pack and play and her mat, so they don't have to lay her on the floor anymore. Simone made a fruit salad for lunch, so Aubry's gonna stay to eat lunch, and then she'll probably get cleaned up so she can go to her appointment at the dress shop. So Aubry's just telling them how much she likes their new house. I mean, it's really pretty. She likes the white and the blue. She thinks it fits Simone's vibe. Simone's like, yeah, I have a lot to do, but I'm gonna have fun and just kind of, do it at my leisure. And Justin's like, yeah, well, I guess I'll be going to the office on Monday. Justin is upset. He's upset because, first of all, the honeymoon was ruined by the fact that Simone now has a virus, and now he has to go work in his father's office. All right, so Aubry's gonna go upstairs and make use of their in-law suite in order to get herself cleaned up so she can go to this appointment at the dress shop. All right, so she's saying goodbye to Simone and just thanking her for setting up this appointment. And Simone's like, oh, I'm so sorry I can't go with you. I really wanted to go, but you need to send me some pictures so I can help you make the decision on what dress to buy. And Aubry promises to take pictures and send them to Simone so she can help make the choice on what dress Aubry's going to buy. All right, so Aubry's at the dress shop where Simone made this appointment, and basically the designer who owns the dress shop is good friends with the Lancasters. She designed Simone's wedding dress and all of their bridesmaid dresses, and so her shop is in Windenburg, and so this would be like the high rent area of the sim world where like the royals live and where all the people who are anybody have a house. So the Lancasters have a house here. I believe Adderson, Chris Roman's mother, she has a house here, and most of the royals have a palace here. Plus there is a fancy stable or equestrian center that's here, and and then Aubry's father actually owns a kind of outdoor restaurant here as well. So everyone wants to own real estate in this area of the sim world, and you'll see most of the people in this shop are going to be the wealthier people. Of course, there's going to be other people mixed in, but most of the people are going to be the wealthier people. All right, so Aubry's just looking through the dresses and trying on these dresses as she's waiting for her appointment. And of course, when you try on these dresses, they only let you have to be standing in a certain spot, and it's usually behind the mannequin, and they only let you wear the dress for a few seconds, so you can't really even see yourself in the dress. All right, so apparently our mom wants to hang out, so we'll probably meet her at a restaurant after this because we're going to be hungry after all this dress shopping. Why does everybody think that Aubry's mean? Like, she always gets the mean or interesting sim impression. Apparently this little kid is pissed off that his mom has dragged him to the dress shop. He's like, Mom, I have better things to do with my afternoon. You have me in here looking at dresses. She's like, little Dudley, you want mommy to look beautiful, don't you? He's like, beautiful schmutiful. I want to go to the park.
Spotted grabby? Oh, yibs.
Uh-huh. Yibs. This is
Lady, I'm thinking that's not your style. Like the salesperson's about to come over and be like, oh, ma'am, you might want to try something else. Oh wait, her mom is calling again. Mom, we're at the dress shop. We can't talk.
Room.
I mean, why is it whenever we're trying to do something, everybody's calling? Now Monica Floyd is calling. Why is Simone's mom calling? She's like, I'm just worried about Simone and her virus. You think I should go over there and maybe, bring her something to eat? Aubry's like, I'm sure she would be happy if you went over there and brought her something to eat and then left afterwards. Like, don't stay a week like you did the last time at my apartment.
Yambala? Vemboy Barovi. Gumgane Ansa. Yabahorn. Oh, Zilnoy. Ina.
people are buying up all of the dresses. There's going to be nothing left. Of course, Aubry has an appointment, so they should have set some dresses aside for her. And we're going to take pictures of each of her outfits styled, what she would send to Simone, so that Simone can make a decision or help her make the decision on which option she should pick. And so I'm going to put a number on each option, and if you want to comment in the comment section which option you would vote for, to decide which outfit she will wear to the Starlight Ball. The Alto Water Company has shut off the water to your house. Pay your bills to get it turned back on. More bills piling up. All right, so Aubry's appointment has started, so she's going into the dressing room so that the sales people could help her try on all of the dresses that were set aside for her. So I think there are 9 dresses, 9 options. And again, I'm going to take pictures of each dress styled how she would wear it to the Starlight Ball, put a number by it, and you can comment in the comment section which number you would choose for her to wear to the ball. I mean, I put Wicked Whims in for animations, and 5 seconds later, right, so her mom's just asking her about the move, and Aubry's letting her know that she's moving to an apartment in San Myshuno, which is closer in the she's going to be in the, I'm not sure which district she's in. She's not in the art district, but it's closer to the symphony and among other like-minded people who are attempting to be creative. And so even though it is also closer to her father, she doesn't plan to contact him. So hopefully he won't even know she's there. And so she found a affordable apartment that comes with a roommate, and she doesn't know the roommate, but she heard that the roommate is also creative, and so she's hoping that it will work out, because her only other backup plan is to go stay on her mom's couch in Willow Creek, which will kind of defeat the purpose because she needs to be closer to her goal, which is to be part of the symphony. And she has another tryout with the symphony in a few days, so hopefully she will get it this time because she has no money. So she is going to have to attempt to bartend enough and maybe play around the city enough to make rent now, because her father is not going to help out. So she has to pay half the rent, and she also has to help pay the utility bills in this apartment.
Schmezel Tombra.
All right, so she made it to the San Myshuno apartment, and this is her new roommate, or her possible new roommate, Tiana. Dottie? I think it's Dottie. And Aubrey's just introducing herself. She's like, yeah, hey, I'm Aubry Olivier. I just moved from Magnolia Promenade in Willow Creek, and I want to make it big here in the city. I want to be part of the symphony. I am a violin player. I went to Bridechester University and graduated with a degree in music, and I haven't been able to use it at all. I've basically just been playing on the corner for change this whole entire time, but I do have money for the security deposit and the first and last month's rent. Tiana's like, you've got to be kidding me. You play the violin? OMG, I play with the symphony. What a coincidence. This is gonna be great. And Aubrey's like, wow, small world. I would have never thought that the roommate that I chose just out of the newspaper would also be part of the symphony. Tiana's like, yeah, I'm new, so I don't really know anybody, but I'll definitely help you, give you pointers as much as I can. Aubrey's like, that would be great. It's my dream to one day be a solo violinist with the famous San Myshuno Symphony. Tiana's like, oh wow, well, I play the cello, and one day I want to be the next Yo-Yo Ma. And Tiana's like, oh, Olivier, I've heard that name. Are you related to the Olivier that owns Lancaster and Olivier? Aubrey's like, I'm sure distantly I am. And then she's like, how about you? Are you related to President Dottie, the first black president of Samerica? Tiana's like, probably distantly too. So Aubry has learned that Tiana is active, a music lover, cringe, likes high energy sims, idealistic sims, funny sims, dislikes spirited sims, and pessimistic sims, and she's right-handed. So after finally getting to use the bathroom, Aubry comes back in and is like, oh, this is one of my favorite songs. Tiana's like, oh, I love this song too. We have so much in common. This is going to work out great. So what do you think about moving in together? It seems like Aubry is all for moving in. She thinks this is going to be the perfect situation. The apartment is affordable. It's not too much. And she's looking up that she now maybe has a connection with the symphony.
Bon and Gravy? Oh, yes. Oh.
All right, so they agree to move in together, and Aubry has already given her the down payment. I think it was like $700. And then she has like $248 because apparently after selling the furniture, all that was left after paying the bills, selling the furniture, everything that was repossessed was only like $15. One of the few things that Aubry was able to bring from her other apartment is her degree, and she decided to place it right over her new bed so that every morning when she wakes up, it will remind her how hard she worked for this music degree, and she is determined to use it to get to her goal as a solo violinist in San Myshuno. All right, so Aubrey's going to sleep, and I think we'll end the episode here. The next episode is the Starlight Ball, and don't forget to help Aubry decide what dress she should wear to the Starlight Ball by commenting in the comment section the number of your favorite dress.